Blazing Hot 91, your Blazing Hot music spot. We'll get through this together right now, 8 minutes after the 9 o'clock hour. And here on this Friday, we have the pleasure of having the president of the absolute best college, best university on the planet, Dr. Adams-Gaston. Cheryl, you can take it away from here.
Thank you. Welcome to the program, Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston. How are you, Dr. J?
I am wonderful, and I love that intro. I agree. Norfolk State University is the best university on the planet, so I thank you both for that support.
Okay, so here's my question when I think about you, Dr. Adams-Gaston. I'm trying to figure out how in the world does this lady know how to lead this university during a pandemic when it's never happened before because we weren't here in 1918? And then I start saying, okay, it has to go back to all of that groundwork that she has in psychology. Is that it?
That's a part of it. That work that I have had over the many years in, how to step back from a problem, how to listen well, and how to plan. But actually, the truth is it's a wonderful team that really has made it possible for us to be this successful. From everybody from my executive team to the deans and the chairs and the faculty and the staff, all levels of staff, and our wonderful students. They've made it easy because they have complied with the things that they needed to do largely in order for us to be successful. So it really is, nothing gets done by an individual. It gets done by a team, and I have had a rock star team. Now, I will also say that I had a little bit of experience with this back in a previous position when we had the threat of H1N1.
Oh, yes.
I was a co-leader for the university in that endeavor, but that's nothing like what COVID has been. So, it was good to have that experience and good to have that knowledge of what needs to happen, but it really mattered that when this happened, and, no pandemic like this, 1918, last time we had one, to have a wonderful community step up and make this happen.
And so give us an update on the university and COVID-19. Are vaccines available? Or just tell us, I know masks are still in effect. Tell us what you want us to know about that.
Sure. So we are at a place where the governor still has restrictions. And so, students will soon see me. I was thinking about what a beautiful day it is today, and it gets dark a little later, so they'll soon see me and my husband on campus reminding them to mask up, although everybody I see is doing a great job. So Probably I'll just be out there saying, hello, how are you? How are things going for you? But masking up, social distance, and continuing to wash our hands, that's how we'll get through this. The university has applied to be a vaccine site, and, that's a process, so we're just waiting to get through that process. We're also looking actively at an opportunity or opportunities to perhaps get our faculty and staff that are in the 1A and 1B category to vaccinations in the local area. If we can get that done, we would consider that a wonderful opportunity. And I think I said this before, but I want to reiterate that we're becoming a vaccine center because we're a part of a community. Mm-hmm. And in our community, we want folks to, once we are up and able to get the vaccines, to know that they have a place to come that's not far away from where they currently are, so that they can get the vaccine and stay healthy, because that's really what we want to ensure. Everybody stays healthy.
That's right. And INC and myself have been trying to remind people, we're not medical scientists, we're not doctors or whatever, but we do read. And we just want to remind everybody that you get the vaccine, you can still get coronavirus, and we still need to be careful. And I think perhaps if it comes from you, maybe if they hear you say that still, we need to be social distancing, physical distancing. Maybe that means more than INC and I trying to say it every morning.
I don't know if it means more, but I certainly join your chorus because it's so critical. I know that there's so much mixed media out there around, states that are dropping the restrictions, and Dr. Fauci reminding people that that is a big mistake. In our state, our governor has kept the restrictions in, and so we will follow those restrictions, and I implore all of us for our own safety. The vaccine does not stop you from getting COVID. It will help you if you get COVID in most cases to be able to have a recovery. We want to keep each other safe.
Yes.
And in order to do that, we want to ensure that we do the things we know have made us successful. We would not have been successful without the masking, without the hand washing, and without the social distancing. And that has worked. We need to do what works until we can get through this pandemic. Please, I encourage everyone in the listening audience, please get vaccinated as soon as you can. Utilize the mask. You continue to utilize the mask after you're vaccinated, and make sure that you're social distancing and hand washing.
Tell us now about the General Assembly. We know that they wrapped up recently. And what is the update as far as Norfolk State University is concerned?
Well, we are very pleased to say that our friends in the legislation really were very supportive of Norfolk State University. I want to especially thank our Black Caucus and all of our legislator friends who supported what they know is an important need, which is the support of Norfolk State University. So we're waiting for the governor to act on the legislation, but we do expect funding to support our student financial assistance, and we know how important that is, especially during COVID, where jobs were lost, hours were lost, people are struggling, and they need to come back and finish their degree so that they can have a lifetime of earnings that are significantly improved by the fact that they've completed a baccalaureate degree or a graduate or professional degree. So that's a wonderful thing. Our preschool academy, as you know, we've had for over 20 years, and we needed some money to give it an update because we know how important our youngest members of our community are and their education. And if they get an education early on, they're much more likely to be successful in school and thus, of course, to come to Norfolk State University or some other university of their choice. And then we have some monies to help support the joint School of Public Health between ODU, NSU, and EVMS. And I just have to say thank you so much to our allies in Richmond and in the community. They took our calls, they heard our needs, and they were so helpful in moving this along. It was not an easy session, I'm told, but I am so thrilled that NSU will be the recipient of support that is critically needed.
Madam President, do you get the feeling, or is it real that I'm feeling that people are becoming more and more appreciative of HBCUs?
Oh, I think that is absolutely the case. They're seeing the primacy of HBCUs, and we're going to be putting out something later today about one of our alums who has just broken another glass ceiling. And I just give you that teaser and look for that information because she is truly, truly a trailblazer, and she's one of NSU's alums. HBCUs and the alums and the experience are being understood to help individuals be successful in their lives and to do great things.
Yeah, it's a wonderful time. Now, what can you tell us about the upcoming graduation? And I ask you that because I have a young lady that I trained her in radio, and she called me the other day, and she's like, Miss Cheryl, you have to come to my graduation because it's going to be physically distanced, and I'm going to do da-da-da-da-da, and she has this whole party thing planned out and everything, and she's so excited, and that got me wondering, what are plans as far as the traditional graduation at Norfolk State, or will it be virtual, or what are the plans so far?
Well, right now, under the state regulations, graduations and commencements are considered a social gathering, and they're specifically outlined as such by our governance. And so we still are at 25 people or less outside and 10 people or more inside. So at this point, we have to acknowledge that unless something changes, that's where the state is, the Commonwealth has determined.
Okay. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention to you that, oh man, I was shocked this week when I learned that we're going to have to turn around and look for a new head football coach.
Well, it was so, it hurts your heart when you lose somebody that you really care about and that you know is making a big difference. But it also is important to always remember that we want the best for people, and when people have opportunities, we want them to be able to know you've done a great job here. We so respect everything you've done, and we accept that it may be time for you to move to the next step. So I spoke with the football team yesterday, and I reminded them that we're a family and that we're going to keep moving forward. I spoke with the coach this week, and we both lamented that he would be leaving, he and his family would be leaving, but, he loves this place and we love him, and we will march forward and do a great job of continuing the upward trajectory that he created.
Very good. Very good. Well, Dr. Adams-Gaston, I want to thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. We always learn a lot from you, and just your positivity and your encouragement. I know it's contagious, and it's good to get an update on what's going on this campus. So thank you so much for joining us this morning.
And thank you so much for making this so easy. It's a wonderful conversation, and I feel so comfortable and have a sense that we really are reminding our community how engaged we are with them. And that's really hard during COVID. So thank you for this opportunity.
Not a problem at all. Have a wonderful weekend, and INC, back to you.
Thank you so much. Cheryl, we had the question of the day. What do you do to relax? I think listening to our president, I'm in a very relaxed mood. The things she says, the way she speaks, I feel comfortable about the whole world right now. I'm going to keep this recording and might play it back for my relaxation.
Dr. J, so I told you I have this thing about voices, and the older I get, the more important it is to me that the voice has to be right on my ear and in my spirit. And you have the right timbre or tenor or whatever it is in your voice, and it is relaxing. He's correct about that.
Thank you all. It's just making me crack up. I love it. Thank you.
Let's get back to the music.
Working with you guys, I truly do.
Oh,
thank you.
We'd love to have you here. I mean that. I know I make jokes, but I feel good about everything right now. Whew. Thank you so much. 21
all
after
right,
the
you guys
9
have a
o'clock
great
hour.
day.
We're gonna jump back into the music. Here's Easy Danny Lay with Blazing Hot 91, and remember, we will get through this together.